Hello, welcome to the instructions for Module 6. Module 6 will be finishing up Unit 3 of the course. Module 6 will be focusing on communication and bilingualism as a part of communication. You will have your usual module assignments in Module 6, and these include your Module 6 video response, your Module 6 discussion board and peer responses. You will also be taking your Module 6 quiz, and included here in this module is your Unit 3 exam. Also included here is your thought paper number 1. Before I speak to those, I want to remind you that there is a video that I have created for writing a thought paper successfully in this course. Please be sure to review that video. You should also review the rubric for thought paper number 1, and you can review the sample thought paper that I have posted in the Canvas course. Please take note of the questions and concepts from the quiz for the previous module as well as the quiz for this module, as those similar concepts will come up on your Unit 3 exam. Remember that your Unit 3 exam consists of multiple choice questions, and if you have any questions or concerns about that exam, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd like to talk first about communication, and then I'll talk a little bit about bilingualism, and before I finish the video, I'll touch back on thought paper number 1. So when we're thinking about communication, oftentimes people are embedded within the language and cultural value systems of their own particular culture. And we reflected on worldview last module, and so we'll need to consider the role that language plays in worldview. We could look to things like the volume of our speech. Is that a form of dominating a conversation if we're speaking loudly or quickly? We can also look to nonverbal cues in communication. For example, what are the meaning of silences? I could pause here in this video for a brief silence, and it may mean different things to different people. We can look at eye contact and the cultural nature of looking somebody directly in the eyes. And we can really look at personal space. For example, some cultures require much less space, and you can see people sitting right next to each other, maybe even in physical contact. There's a lot of cultural research on sleeping patterns, even the setup of rooms in people's homes or living situations. And what we see is that different cultures require larger or smaller personal space. That can even be related to whether we know people. Right? There are specific cultures around the world that believe that when you greet somebody, you should shake their hand. Others require a full embrace. And then there are the cultures that require a kiss on both cheeks. So those are interesting cultural variations in the interactional patterns that we have, not just with verbal language, but also with nonverbal language. Now, a lot of your work in this module will focus on bilingualism. There has been a political climate around bilingualism in this country. Many people assume English is the official language. This is not the case. Now, there's been a recent trend around creating more spaces for children to maintain their native language at home if it's not English. And in the field of psychology, we're looking at the cognitive benefits of a person who is either bilingual or multilingual. And the article that you'll read really focuses on how language is symbolic, and learning more than one language increases cognitive flexibility, creativity, and general problem-solving skills. Now, in the past, there's been some political movement around discouraging bilingualism. That research tends to be outdated now, and for that reason, we see opportunities for even monolingual English speakers to pick up a second language. Okay, I think that's about it for this video, and I will see you back as we begin our journey into Unit 4.